Hello, English 112 students. Welcome to week 11. This week is a couple of things that I want to introduce to you. We're going to actually start moving into our actual proposal itself. So I want to introduce that to you. Also want to give you a chance to hear from me exactly what it is that I expect for you all to do for the assignment. So today, this video is going to introduce the proposal essay assignment. You can look along while you watch the video at the D4 proposal assignment instructions and resources folder. But that's what you'll be working on this week. So the two things that are due this week are actually just for you to mark reviewed the D4 folder and then to actually complete D5 presenting information. It's the e-text and connect assignment. As the announcement that I sent out stated, the announcement I sent out today stated, next week is the proposal essay peer review for sections A and B of your draft. So let's go ahead and get to talking about that actual draft that you're going to be writing this coming week. So what we're doing is here we're talking about the proposal essay itself. We're turning our research into action. Um, You've spent a lot of the time this semester researching this real world issue in your field and digging into what's wrong and why it matters and who's affected by doing research. You've summarized sources, you've analyzed rhetoric, and you've built a foundation of credible evidence. Now it's time to do something with that research. The proposal essay is where your work turns outward. It's your opportunity to propose an actual solution to this problem. So first, we're going to talk about framing the purpose. Think of this assignment as a shift from actual diagnosing the problem to prescribing a solution for it. In your annotated bib, your bibliography, you diagnose the problem by gathering what experts have said about your problem. In your rhetorical analysis, you looked at how arguments are built and how persuasion works. Now your job is to propose a solution that's both realistic and persuasive, a solution that could actually be implemented in your field. That means that your audience isn't just your classmates or me. I want you to imagine that you're writing to people who could do something about your issue: the policymakers, administrators, managers, community leaders, whatever it might be. Your tone should remain professional, but your language should be able to show how conviction and confidence is being used according to your topic. You're trying to move an audience to act, to do something. So, what this essay really does, or what this essay is really asking for, it's not just describe the problem and suggest an idea. You're expected to show that you've thought critically about how the solution can actually work. That's why your essay includes this part about process or process writing. You'll walk your reader through the steps that are needed to achieve the solution. You should use transition words in your essay like first and next and finally to signal that those steps are taking place clearly for your reader. The more specific and feasible that your plan is, the more persuasive that your essay will be. Think about logistics. Who would carry out your plan? What resources would it need? How would success be measured? Ethos, pathos, and logos, although the paper doesn't analyze rhetorical appeals directly, you're going to use those appeals strategically now as a writer. Logos, this is where your evidence comes in. You're using statistics or studies or expert testimony and logical explanations. Ethos, you can't just say, I believe or in my experience, but your credibility comes through in the quality of your research and your clarity of reasoning. Pathos, even in a professional way, emotion does play a role. You can make your audience care more about the issue by using vivid but controlled language and human or real life examples. So think of these appeals as your silent partners. They shape your arguments even though you don't call them by name. So there needs to be some balance in this essay between research and your voice. It's easy to let your sources take over your writing, but I don't want you to let that happen. The goal here is to synthesize the sources, not summarize them. That means you're weaving ideas together, you're showing relationships among these ideas, and you're adding your own analysis to it. When you paraphrase, remember the ICES model. First, I, introduce the idea or the author. C, cite it correctly. Then the E and the S, explain why it matters and synthesize it into your argument. If you follow those patterns, your essay will sound authoritative and original at the same time. And yes, this is a formal academic paper, but that doesn't mean that your voice disappears. Your confidence, your structure, your choice of words, those all reflect your personality as a writer. Just keep that and keep it in third person and stay professional. The writing structure and the organization. Follow the section headers that are provided in the assignment materials. Each one has a distinct purpose, from identifying the problem, to laying out your steps for the solution. Make sure that each paragraph stays focused on one idea, that transitions smoothly to the next, and that supports your thesis. A good way to think about flow: every paragraph should answer one of these questions. What's the problem? Why does it matter? What can we do about it? If a paragraph doesn't serve one of those purposes, revise it until it does. Style and editing tips. Keep your tone formal but readable. Avoid using technical jargon unless it's common in your field, and don't let long quotes slow down your momentum. Use paraphrasing as your main tool, and when you quote, make it count. Only use quotes when you have to. Before you submit your essay, check that your in-text citations match your references page. Check that your essay is 6 to 8 pages, not counting the title and the references pages. Make sure that you've included at least 7 credible sources, 4 of which should be scholarly, and your sections align with your outline that you created earlier in the module earlier. Finally, read your work out loud. It's one of the best ways to catch awkward phrasing and repetition or errors that your eye might skip over or gloss over. This project represents your growth as a researcher and a writer. You started the semester gathering information, and now you're producing it using your own informed voice to enter a professional conversation. That's a big step. Remember, you're not just completing another assignment, you're learning how to advocate for change using evidence and logic and thoughtful language. That's a skill that matters far beyond this classroom. So, if you've got any questions, please reach out to me. If you want feedback for submitting, please don't hesitate to reach out for me or to schedule a meeting if you need to. I'm here to make sure that you all are successful. That's what my job is. And again, I like doing it. So if there's anything I can help you with, let me know. I look forward to hearing from you. Have a good week. You're almost to the end. Not much longer now, I promise. Have a good one.